Hi guys, this is Tacky, user number 61 here on Indomita, and today I am going to talk a little bit more about how to customize your characters in the game because I realize it is a lot of information and that my first video just touched on a few things that you need to know. So you understand, if you've watched my last video, how to add genes to your character, and you understand various ways that you can find genes in the game through other players, through exploration, and through purchasing them from the store shop. There are also specific genes that you can earn through events that occur in the game, and things like that. But if we talked about every way that you could earn just the genes, we'd be here all day. And I love you guys, but I don't think you guys want to hear me talk that much. So suffice to say, there are a myriad of ways to get genes, but once you have them, you'll want to know what you can do with them. So yes, you know how to basically apply them, but we did not talk about how to actually create a design, and we did not talk about what all of the specific genes do. We are not going to talk about what all the specific genes do, but I am going to tell you to please, please, please look at the encyclopedia, because it has a lot of information on the genetic system in Indomita. Long story short, Indomita uses a gene system like the Mendel squares form of genetics. So each gene has a dominant and recessive gene that randomly pass on to through the breeding system. Certain genes are recessive, so you need two recessive copies to show. Certain genes are dominant, so if you have one dominant gene, it will show on your character. And more information on that can be found here, but it's just helpful to know as you are thinking about what designs will pass on inherent or are inheritable, or what you are going to need to purchase to make a design work. So something important to know is that if you go to the genetics table, certain genes, actually this may not be as true, but certain genes do or do not work on certain builds. I believe that with the latest update that staff pushed out, the Mutatri, I hope I'm saying that right, gene, that it actually just opened up a whole new world of options in terms of what genes are available for which characters. But this will, in a short, quick, easy way, show you if a gene will or will not display on a certain build, or if you are going to need an evolution item in order to have that gene display. So again, when you're designing or figuring out why certain gene combinations aren't working, having this page open in a new tab is really helpful. These other links also go into more detail about what each pattern does. The layering order is really helpful if you want to know what order genes will layer on top of each other in. So this can be really helpful for those extensive design planners when you're thinking of how to kind of layer things. Let's see. Oh, I would say probably knowing the pattern modifiers is another really helpful way, because these are the genes that don't add new patterns to your horse, but can tweak the colors of existing patterns, so that you can get those fun gold tones or blue tones or red tones. So in general, I highly recommend having the encyclopedia page open in a new tab. So now you know where to find information on what each gene does in great detail. You're probably like, okay, that's great. How do I make my horse look pretty? So one way you can do that is you can just willy-nilly add new genes. But if you want to plan a little bit or play around before you commit to something, you can go to your character's page by clicking on her name, and then you can go and view in the custom previewer. And when you view in the custom previewer, you have a chance to play around with all of the different genes that are available in the game, regardless of exclusivity, to create the pattern of your dreams and start to plan for what genes to add on there. Again, talking about the CP all day would be fun for me, not for you. So I will leave it at that and encourage you to explore.